The Starfighter was a single-engine supersonic interceptor that was developed by Lockheed for the United States Air Force. It served with the Air Force from 1958 until 1969, at which it was used during the Vietnam War. It continued on with the Air National Guard units until 1975. NASA flew a small mixed fleet of the Starfighter types in supersonic flight tests and spaceflight programs until 1994. It was briefly deployed by Pakistan during the Indo-Pakistani War, and Taiwan used them to engage China over the disputed land of Quemoy. The operational service of the Starfighter ended with its retirement from the Italian Air Force in May 2004. The Starfighter was the first aircraft to simultaneously hold the world speed and altitude record. On May 7, 1958, U.S. Air Force Major Howard C. Johnson broke an altitude record of 91,243 feet at Edwards Air Force Base. 9 days later, on May 16, U.S. Air Force Captain Walter W. Irwin set a speed record of 1,404.19 miles per hour. Designed as the ultimate interceptor, the F-106 Delta Dart was the primary interceptor that was used by the United States Air Force between the 1960s and 1980s. In service, its official name, Delta Dart, was rarely used. It was universally known simply as the Six. It served in countries such as Iceland, Germany, and South Korea. Despite its military service, the F-106 never saw combat, nor was it exported to foreign users. It was, however, progressively updated during its service. With improved avionics, a modified wing featuring a conical camber, an infrared search and track system, streamlined supersonic wing tanks, better instrumentation, an in-flight refueling receptacle, and an airstream hook for emergency landings. On December 15, 1959, pilot Major Joseph W. Rogers set a world speed record of 1,525.96 miles per hour. The F-4 Phantom is a two-seater, twin-engine, long-range supersonic jet interceptor. It was originally developed for the United States Navy by McDonnell Aircraft, but was soon adopted by the U.S. Marine Corps and Air Force, and by the mid-1960s it had become a major part of their air wing. During the Vietnam War it was used extensively, serving as the principal air superiority fighter for both the Navy and Air Force. It played a significant role in the ground attack and aerial reconnaissance later in the war. The F-4 Phantom remained in use by the U.S. in the reconnaissance and wild weasel, suppression of enemy air defenses, roles in the 1991 Gulf War before finally leaving service in 1996. Beginning in 1959, the F-4 Phantom set 15 world records in in-flight performance, including an absolute speed and altitude record, which was set on December 6, 1959. Cruising at an altitude of 37,000 feet, Commander Lawrence E. Flint Jr. accelerated his aircraft to 1,650 miles per hour and climbed to an altitude of 90,000 feet at an angle of 45 degrees, shutting the engines in the process and gliding back down to 70,000 feet, where he restarted them again. Even though it is retired from military service in the U.S., it is still operated by other 11 nations, including the United Kingdom, Germany, Japan, Israel, Australia, Iran, and South Korea. A precursor to the SR-71 and a replica of the secret single-seater Lockheed YF-12, the YF-12A served as a prototype interceptor aircraft for the United States Air Force. It was introduced into service in 1963 and served for 5 years before it was cancelled due to the costs of the Vietnam War. The YF-12A is the world's largest manned interceptor to date. It also holds a speed record of 2,070.101 miles per hour and an altitude record of over 80,257.86 feet. Even though it is officially cancelled, the YF-12A is still used by the United States Air Force and NASA as a research aircraft. This long-range, Mach 3+, strategic reconnaissance aircraft was operated by the United States Air Force between 1964 and 1998. Serving as a precursor for future stealth aircraft, the SR-71 was designed to have basic stealth characteristics, such as operating at higher speeds and altitudes to allow it to outrace threats. It currently holds the world record for the fastest and highest flying operational manned aircraft. On July 28, 1976 it broke an absolute altitude record of 85,069 feet and an absolute speed record of 2,193.2 miles per hour. The SR-71 also holds the speed over a recognized course record for a flight in 1974 from New York to London, distancing 3,461.53 miles, at a speed of 1,806.964 miles per hour, and an elapsed time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 56.4 seconds.